See, every day we come across people, we read newspaper, from electronics media, we see stress, strain and suffering are everywhere in the globe. We say like this: I am shattered in my life, I am in depression, I am in anxiety and panic disorder. My life come to a standstill. I have lost all hopes and faith to life, and so on. Why? Why this is happening in our life? This is to be understood. Why such turmoil, agony, mental pain, strain in our life? Because we are giving too much importance to the surface value of our life, to the external value of our life. But if you little contemplate on your life, you will see all the surface value of life, or of all the external value of life comes from the inner value of life, comes from the inner being of our life. But that inner being, that inner value of life is totally neglected since our birth. Totally neglected. We have not given any importance to it. We have already discarded it. Sometimes knowingly and sometimes unknowingly. But I am telling you one thing: still we are alive. It is more than enough to prove that still the inner harmony is there. Still the integration of our inner existence is there. Still the music is there. Otherwise, our life would have flattened like a cardboard. We would have died. So this thing should be kept in mind. Still the inner force, inner pulsation, inner pulsating of our being, very being, are giving their best to keep us alive. This should be kept in mind. Most of us have experienced in our life, somehow, some point in our life, some bliss, some ecstasy, some moment of joy, bliss. Everybody experienced it in some point of life. I am giving you some example. Watching the sunrise in the early morning gives us the waves of peace. And at night, lying down on the floor and gazing up to the beautiful twinkle stars, give us a serenity of peace and bliss, a moment of pure love, give us a glimpse of eternity, as if our thoughts are totally vanished, disappeared. And in that absence of a single thought, we have already glimpsed that eternal bliss. All of us have experienced at some point of our life. Just recollect what happened, that small moment of that time. Our thought came to a standstill. We had not a single thought in our mind. And that moment of life, at the absence of a single thought, we had a inner look of that eternal pulsation in our life, in our inner being. Just we have to keep it in our mind. You have to recollect it again and again. I am giving you an example. There was a great dancer, Nijinsky, very famous and great dancer. When he used to dance, he used to disappear in the dance. He used to lose all his identity in the dance. And then what happened that moment, you know? When he used to leap for a dance step, when he used to hop for a dance step, he used to fall very slowly like a dry leaves, Gravitational force couldn't work on his body. He used to levitate. He used to levitate on the ground, on the air, only by dint of his dance. That is true fact. There are many spiritual traditions in and around India. They give so much importance in recollecting that moment of life. You have already experienced it in some point of your life, when your thought came to a standstill, when you forgot your own identity. Just recollect it. In that recollection, you will find yourself. Then you will not say, I am shattered, I am nowhere, I am bankrupted, I lost all my hope and faith to life, I am in the grip of acute depression and anxiety. You will not say that kind of thing. Just we have to give importance to the inner dimension of our life. Still, the pulsations are there. They are trying their best to give us the life we deserve. as a human being. A eternal flute player playing the music, playing the flute, and we are all engrossed, charmed with that music of his flute, and we are running after him. Just imagine. Yes, it is the truth. Einstein told it. An eternal, invisible flute player playing his flute, and we are all charmed and mesmerized and engrossed, and we are running after him. That is the life. That is the life meant for. In our Bhagavatam, it is mentioned that human life is meant for absolute search, absolute truth, but we are far away from it. We have forgot our own objective, for what we came here. So, my dear friend, recollect that music of your life. There was no teacher, there was no guru, there was no parent to teach you that moment, but you got access to that moment where you felt that absolute peace, absolute serenity, absolute bliss, absolute ecstasy, Sat Chit Anand. You did it by yourself. Bring that innocency. Bring that innocency again. Bring back that child again in your life. That is why I am spreading the awareness of transcendental bliss, the transcendental field of consciousness, the transcendental field of infinite possibilities. This is the field of Sat Chit Anand, bliss, ecstasy and joy. By attaining this field, you will gain, you will achieve every relative and absolute objective of your life. The world is slowly heading towards it. It is never too late, my dear friends. The whole world is slowly heading to the absolute value of life, the ground of infinite possibilities, the ground of transcendental consciousness. Yes, it is the truth. So, my dear friends, recollect that memory you had. Absolutely, I do believe you had. I think simple 20 minutes of recapitulation in a silent place. If you isolate yourself for 5 minutes or 10 minutes in a silent place and recollect or recapitulate that moment, it will come back in your memory, and feel that memory in your heart, and don't forget. And it is more than enough if you keep that memory in your heart. You can do every possibility of your life. You can attain every possibility of your life. You can understand the value of transcendental field. Yes, I am not telling you from out of the blue. I am telling you from my own experience. which I have gone through in my life. Many times I experienced it in my life that some absolute force are here, pulsating here in my inner being and trying its best to alive me, to push me beyond the boundary of material reality. So my friend, bring that awareness in your mind and spread that awareness everywhere in your circle. We will work as a team. All of you who are watching me right now are my team. We will work jointly. We will stand unitedly against all the odds of life, and transcendental field, the field of infinite possibilities, will be our great weapon. Not will be, is our great weapon. Thank you. Namaste. Good night.